out of breath. I am out of breath. Oh, you can see that I don't tuck in my shirt for the intermission segments. Should I get a little bit more comfortable here? Should I take the jacket off? I'll be right back. Okay. Unbutton the shirt a little bit. Let me get some headphones on here. Is this seat up high? Did I grow a little bit? There we go. All right, let's get these going. I know everybody was probably like, did he do that by accident? Did he hit go live and he wasn't even there? Well, that is what happened, but I did that on purpose. I kind of wanted people to see that and say, where is this guy? What exactly is happening here? Okay, welcome to the live stream. We're on. I just decided that today I was definitely not going to do a live stream after the game. We all know that there's football on after that. I mean, there's apparently there's football on right now too, but didn't want to compete with that. But I did want to spend some time here on the live stream during the Sharks game, and hopefully some people stuck around. And I believe they did. So let's see here. Let's begin with Sharks Fan 8080. It's going so far so good. We're approaching the halfway point of the workday. Pre-game show's done. First intermission's done. See what happens here the rest of this game. Trailing 1-0. Carolina's a good team. I mean, they don't have the same firepower as Florida does or Washington does, but it's pretty clear to see why they've got 30 wins and 9 losses. Keith watching the Sharks. Oh, it's overtime in the football game. Great. Well, I appreciate everybody who's multi-screening right now, multitasking. We getting a goal in the second? Certainly hope so. Need to, right? I mean, and this has been a road trip where the Sharks scored first twice. They've been doing a lot of that actually lately. Throwing the first punch. Eric, you saw my camera, but I was not there. You're absolutely right. Was I in the bathroom? No, I was just downstairs, and I kind of ran up. So I'm still, if you can believe it, catching my breath. I actually jogged up the stairs. I don't know if you can hear it or how much you can hear it in the background, but beyond my monitor, I didn't want to put it on the screen here. I didn't want to get in trouble. You can kind of see the reflection on the glass right there of, I don't know, I think it's like an 80-inch TV. That's where I'm watching the game. And the second period just got underway, puck dropped. So if there's anything on anybody's mind, I will obviously love to get to that. I always love to see the regulars like Maddie checking in, shaping up to be a scrappy game. Well, maybe it's Svechnikov versus the world. He wasn't happy with VL. Took a little exception. I don't know if it was on purpose or not to Logan. Another scoring opportunity for Carolina. So they didn't have the most shots in the first period, but I felt like they had the better chances, the more chances too, the more scoring opportunities. I wish there was a better way to, and there's not, but I wish there was a better way for them to define shots and high danger shots. Now, obviously those are stats that are kept and held by others, but not in an official manner by the NHL. You know, I think the league and hockey in general could do a better job if they kept those two stats. And there's also another way that I wish they would redo the stats, and that's power play opportunities. Because a lot of times, you know, if there are offsetting penalties or if one happens 30 seconds before the other, you know, does being on 30 seconds of a power play, should that count as being 0 for 1 if you don't score on it? What I'm saying is I wish power plays were measured in time in a game. And they are, but we never refer to them in time. Like, you know, here's the power play minutes tonight. Sharks were on for, 6:22 and Carolina was on for 4:01, something like that. And obviously too, if you it's not going to be reflected well if you score 10 seconds into the power play, because the full 2 minutes that you had earned, you're not going to use all of that. So no perfect way to do it, but I wish power play time as well as opportunities were always kept side by side. And I would also say, going back to the shots, if there was a way, for the league to give us the information of, okay, here's shots on goal, but also here's danger chances. I feel like that's probably a better way to put it. Why is this, like, this camera seems especially close. Did I Did I move this a little bit? Here, I'm going to bring that just a little bit back there. Oh, look, there's the game. It's on over there, but I don't want to get in trouble by putting it on the screen. Okay, now that shot looks a little bit better to me right now. I don't know what happened, if it got bumped or whatnot. Has Burnsy already broke the 20-minute mark in terms of minutes? I mean, realistically, no, but he might at some point. He probably will at some point of the second period. Dude played, 30-plus last night? Keith saying we need a big hit or a fight to get the Sharks going. I don't know. I think they're into this game. I honestly feel like what you're watching, between Washington and Florida last night and Carolina today, I mean, there are times when the Sharks are ahead on the scoreboard, or there are times where the Sharks, have dictated the game, they've dictated play, but they certainly have not done that for large spans in any of these 3 games on the road trip so far, and that's because of who they're playing. You're not going to dominate a game against Carolina. You're probably, if you're going to win, like they did before, you're going to be the better team for just enough time to give you, 1 goal, 2 goal, maybe even a 3-goal lead. But I don't know against a team that's, 39-2 like the Canes that you're going to exploit them the entire night. And that's what this road trip has kind of felt like so far. The Sharks have had plenty of leads, but I don't know that the entire time you're like, man, they were the better team completely tonight. I don't know if it's going to be that black and white. Hit. Is that what you're asking for, Jim? We need to stop flipping the puck out of the zone. You want to skate it out? You want to get a nice stretch pass? Vlasic, some criticism there, and needing some offense. Well, I think it's weird, the Sharks offense has kind of come a little bit on this trip. I mean, 4 goals against Washington, 4 goals last night. It's amazing how the offense wasn't there for so long or such a while, and then here it is back again, but obviously not today so far. Reimer got the start today. You thought he'd get some rest. I don't know. I think... and Zach Sawchenko is the backup again. He's never really got that first starting opportunity. He only came in, if I'm correct, right, in the Pittsburgh game a couple weeks ago. I mean, that was almost a full month ago. Wasn't that the 2nd or 3rd of January? So it's just the nature of this season with the taxi squad and carrying a third goalie like most teams are doing. And Aiden Hill out with an injury, and Reimer was out with an injury before that. They're just trying to rely on their main tandem as much as possible. It's just that they have not either one of them has not been available, for days or even a week at a time. So I just really feel like this little stretch is so important for the Sharks. I know that in 2 weeks' time it may be forgotten, like how the Sharks ended before the break, because there's that chance to mentally reset. But when you think about it, I mean, entering 12 days off, how you enter it is going to sit with you. Not to mention that other teams are going to play some games, like Calgary and Edmonton, for example. They're going to be playing games while the Sharks aren't during that break. They're obviously going to make up some ground in points. And so to slip out of it right now, if they do, or to kind of unravel if in fact they do, both of those are bad things. What does this comment here say? Glad Reimer's on his insanity so far. Hope he's doing all right on this back-to-back, though. And I think, too, a lot of players are just fine conditioning-wise on a back-to-back. I know that's always something we talk about, and maybe we might over-dramatize that just a little bit from the broadcast perspective. Like, what will their legs... I mean, we just talked about it first intermission. What will the legs be like for the 5th or 6th period in 2 days? But I actually don't think it's there. I think the biggest conditioning assignment that hockey players run into is 3 games in 4 nights, or 5 games in 7 nights, or 8 nights. A lot of times that happens. I don't think it's necessarily the back-to-back. I think it's a high volume of games that gets to these guys over time, not just in a 24-hour span. I think it's over a couple days. Is it just me, or I guess that's in focus. It might look a little bit soft. I was looking at the shot there. I have to set everything up, right? I have to make sure even that all the cameras are in focus. Like, for example, let me see if I can fix this for a second. Let's see here. Set focus. Oh, I think it was a little bit out of focus. Just that. That looks good. I kind of have to focus it on like the microphone right here. Oh, maybe I focused it too much on the microphone. Let me try. Let me see if that fixes it. I know this is riveting stuff for you guys. There, let's see if that does the trick. I was just looking at the screen here and saying, I look out of focus. That probably helps me to be out of focus, to be perfectly honest. Tyler saying, focus up, Brody. I'm trying. Still a 1-0 game, about 5 and change gone from this period. And as Randy just said, and I was just thinking about that. I was quiet for long enough so I could hear him say it. Sharks don't have a shot on goal in this second period yet. And I've been a little bit distracted here on the live stream, but I couldn't remember seeing one, and that's probably not a good thing. Not just one shot, but second chances, scoring opportunities. Again, I really think in hockey we need to almost break away from, the Sharks are leading, 10-5 in shots or trailing 8-7 in shots. I mean, it does tell the story of maybe who had the puck more, but not all the time. I'd rather, end a period and say, chances. Chances were 2-1 Sharks. Chances were 3-4 or 4-3 Carolina. Just seems like a more accurate way to digest the game. Chances versus shots. That should be new terminology. But again, then we get into the whole issue of who's going to keep track of that. What does the league call a chance versus a shot? Like what makes it dangerous? It's kind of like the hits category. What makes a hit a hit? Is it separating player from the puck? Is it just contact? I think there's a lot of interpretation there. Oh, Felix, buddy, how are you there? Felix, I love your question. It says, do you go with the Windsor knot for your ties? I actually think it's a double Windsor. Should I demonstrate here and now? Man, I've got so many earpieces on me. I've got these headphones. I've got the TV earpiece. Let me take the TV earpiece off for just a second. Man, I'm all tangled now. Look at it. What a disaster. Like, you would think this is my first broadcast. I think this is my first live stream ever. All right, is that out of the... Oh my gosh, hang on a second. What a mess. It's actually not that bad. I just couldn't reach it. All right, let me take that off because the earpiece would get in the way. I'll put these back on, and I'll show you two things here. All right. I don't want to wear my normal headphones because they will make my terrible hair even worse. Man, I need a haircut. It's looking quite scrappy right now. Okay. So check this out. There's two things about the way I tie a tie. The first is, how fast can I get this thing off when the show's all over? Literally, it's like this. Grab it here, pull, boom, and then watch this. The knot is still left over here, but watch this. Knot, you just pull it and it goes, whoop, done. So now I'm done wearing this tie for today. Uh-oh, I need to put it on because we have a show in 30 seconds. All right, well, I'm not gonna race against the clock because I kind of want to do this right also. But I guess this is what I've dipped down to here, demonstrating my tying ability. Now, it's easiest, I would say, if you could do this in a mirror. But I've also done this with no mirror. I've done that plenty of times. Find yourself at the bathroom of Joe Louis Arena 7 years ago. No mirror. You got to figure this out on your own. So I do the double Windsor. I kind of do it like this. Line it up with a little bit of tail, the main part of the tie just like that. And then I go like this. I go around once, tight, around twice, tight. Okay. So now what you're looking to do right here, you're looking to let me just make this easy for us here. You're looking to make this little V right here. See that little V? Right there. So you make the V, then you come around the front, kind of lost track of where I was there. Come around the front. So now I've got this part. So you can kind of see where this is going. You see where this is going. And now all I have to do is drop this right down the middle here. Okay. Now we're good. So now we've got the basis of it. It's not tied yet, right? But it's going to get tighter. And what this hopefully, oh, you can already see it. It creates that dimple right there. All right. So now the dimple, you really got to work on the dimple. Honestly, it's going to naturally form, but you have to actually work to make it right. So button the shirt. Dimple needs some work, right? That's a dirty dimple as it was. See, and the other thing is, I'm realizing that my computer monitor over here that I'm looking at is totally reverse. So everything I do, I have to obviously just do a little bit different and backwards. But there you go. There's the knot redone. There's the dimple. The dimple is important. As Juramenda told me about 13 years ago, you want to make it look like your tie is crying. And there you go. There's the tear right off the tie. So the double Windsor is how I do it. Important because I can take it off simple. And as you just saw there, I put it on with no mirror. I mean, there was a computer monitor over there, but I could do that with no mirror too. And the other thing about it, now, I'm not necessarily going to stand up and do this, but you need to make sure that when you tie your tie at the very end, that tip right there is touching your belt, right? So you want the tip of the tie at the bottom to touch your belt. Otherwise, if it's too long, you look really short. And if the tie only comes up to like your belly button, you look like a giant, something's wrong. So it's not that you're wrong sized, it's that your tie is not tied correctly. I can tell you right now, this thing's hitting me right in the belt buckle. Perfect. There you go. So, tie demonstration. Felix, hopefully that was way more than you actually needed. Do the Hurricanes still do their crazy antics? Yeah, remember when they were doing that? Was that like 3 years ago now when they were doing all the post-game crowd salutes? I actually liked those. Oh, Sharks the scoring chance out front. Timo ends up on his derriere. Hurdle was trying to feed him the puck. Sharks are still in the zone. At least they're getting shots now, and they're sustaining a little bit of zone time here. Vlasic with a second chance long rebound. Coming up on halfway through the second period. And, I mean, I guess the good news is still 1-0, right? So Sharks are not digging themselves a hole. It's just that the way this game is going right now, it may be hard to get a goal in this game, actually. Let me see what else is on the chat here. Hey, Brody, I'm passing here giving hello to you. Oh, hi, and thumbs up. Appreciate that. Tie it how most of you do. How do most of you tie your tie? Do you just keep it tied or do you clip it on? Is that how most do it? Caker Girl, you will see another episode of Twig Talk. We will get into more things. I mean, honestly, afterwards, Brownie and I were just brainstorming how to tape a stick up, how to fire off a wrister versus a slap shot, how to elevate a puck. Yeah, these have turned into the variety show, haven't they? I mean, I wish I were here celebrating 3 Sharks goals in this period. But in terms of scoring chances, I don't know how many they've got so far. Oh, hang on a second. I'm actually just pulling up the old media site here for some stats. Okay, this really frustrates me. This really frustrates me. I'm signing in, and it just will not let me get into the media site on Chrome for whatever reason, which is the browser I use for all my live streaming stuff. So let me try something else here. All right, let's take that off. Let's do that. Let's come in over here. Let's do that. The old media site. So let's look at the second period stats-wise. Just game notes? That's all I get on here? What in the world? Where are we here? Okay, here we go. Game summary as well as event summary. Okay, make that a little bit bigger. I don't know why it's tiny all of a sudden. Shots are 4-4 actually this period, which surprises me that Carolina is only sitting on 4. And actually, the Sharks must have just picked up 2 or 3 on that one shift, on that last hurdle line shift. Wouldn't it be great to see Noah Gregor get another goal here on the road trip? And I know Dolan's had the hot hand, right? 1 goal in Washington, 2 yesterday. Seeing some of the young guys continue to produce is important. I mean, at some point, look, they're going to have good games and they're going to feel good about their game, but nothing like the reward of scoring a goal to truly give you, confidence. Looking at the Sharks shots here, Timo's got 2, Dolan's got 2, Tomash has 2, 15-13. Randy's talking about it on the broadcast right now. The score reflecting the game. It's so true. I mean, it's just, it's not wide open end-to-end hockey. But I'm telling you, so long as the Sharks are only down by 1 right in this game, I'm not saying it's exactly where you want to be, but I think it keeps you in the running. Jim asking how much of the reporting of the team disliking Kane was, quote, fake news. I just think the best way to put it, Jim, is that every Shark who is viewed as a veteran and as a leader, they were all asked about Evander at some point or another. And I think what you're looking at in their responses, it's not even what they ever said. I feel like it was the things that they didn't say. And I also feel like sometimes it was body language. I just think they are too classy to necessarily bury anybody. So I think what you saw from them was, I'm going to keep it surface level, and I'm not going to say much in a public setting, and that's that. Do I know all the details? No. Have I seen everything you guys have seen? Absolutely. I just think, maybe his time here had run its course. And, I don't know, at least in the reporting of things, do you think media types are sitting there imagining things? They're being passed on things. So there's still so much gray area in this situation. I know that there's obviously a grievance issue with the team still. There's so many questions that none of us have the answers to, or that can be answered at this point. Wow. Reimer facing the body a lot more lately than he should have to. I got to see a replay on that. Noted, work on the dimple. Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta, when you tie the tie, the dimple it's kind of like flying an airplane. People only pay attention to the landing. How smooth was your landing? I do the same thing on ties. How tight and how precise was the dimple? Oh, I see what happened there. He got tripped. Oh, Niederreiter got tripped. Šimek just laid the body out there. I thought it was, I just caught it tail end. I thought that was Reimer who did that. Did my wife teach me that? Tying the tie? No. Come on, I've been tying ties. Are you saying, Caker Girl, that I've only known how to tie a tie in the, 12 years that I've known my wife? I've been tying ties for 3 decades now. The 90s, the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now 2020s. I mean, I started late 90s. We're only early 2020s, but you understand. No, she can't tie a tie. Maybe just work with Tie 99 to improve the dimple. You like how I teach you how to tie a tie? There you go. Barabanov, I do like Barabanov. To be honest with you, I think that's a player that in 3 years, we're going to look back and say, he didn't sneak up on us, but I think he's going to be such an important part. He's going to be a good player in the league, but I think so long as he's on the Sharks, he'll be a player you look back and say, he emerged. Barabanov, Dahlin. I think Eklund's going to be the same thing for sure when he's back over here. There are some, in my opinion, for sure, next wave Sharks that we're already seeing. Wait, I got to get this one first. Remember the days of the old clip-on? Oh, in high school. I guess that's when it's acceptable for sure. Sharks are the only team I don't have access to watch. Came here thinking maybe you'll get some live updates. You hate the state of live sports broadcasting. Well, what do you want? It's 1-0 Carolina. They just jumped on the power play. 6:28 left in the first period. Let's hope they don't score here. I'm telling you, this is a critical moment of the hockey game. Super Bowl predictions. I'm going to be honest. How do the 49ers not get in the Super Bowl? The run they're on, facing a Rams team today. They've already beaten twice this season. Media people fabricate things frequently. I'm just saying, could things be... Okay, let me clarify that. Could things be stretched or maybe exaggerated? Are you telling me that they're done like that intentionally? I just think when it comes to the severity of stuff like this, what I'm saying is nobody's imagining this on their own and making it up and passing it along. I'm just saying that it comes from somewhere. That probably is at the heart of what I was trying to say. What was being reported comes from somewhere. And to Felix's point, plenty of info reported by valid media sources on Evander. Doubt that any of it was fabricated. Again, I'm not here to say I know everything 100% or 0%. What I'm saying is that, yeah, when you get it from a multitude of places, what if 80% of it's true? I don't know. It's a stereotype that the wife ties the tie for her husband. No, I know what you were saying. But that's a weird one, though. Like, why would you not be able to do that for yourself? I don't know. Just definitely not the case here. Not when you're a TV guy, right? Like, this comes with my job. I got to be able to do it. I guess technically it's the Sharks organization, but it's the Barracuda, and I don't know. I honestly don't know. After that incident, I really don't know what their plan is. I'm sure they have some time to figure it out. I mean, he's on a 30-game suspension. I think that alone is just not enough. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't want to get too far into that. I had a Twitter comment that I thought was pretty accurate. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to remedy. I don't know if you can remedy that situation, like, for the better of humankind. I don't know exactly what you do there. I really don't. But probably wouldn't be surprised if he's done with the Sharks. And rightfully so, honestly. Sharks need more scoring chances. Hopefully Reimer's play can stabilize. I agree. He's been amazing at times, and I thought he was amazing yesterday. He faced 50 shots yesterday. And was frustrated visibly at the fact that some got past him. But it's like, what were you going to do? Yeah, Felix, I know what you were saying, and I'm here to generally agree with that. I'm only saying in this case that I don't think things are fabricated out of nowhere. Like I said, are all the details correct? I can't speak to that. But to think that, these things are coming from nothing and being broadcasted and published, I don't think that's accurate either. They're coming from somewhere, some way. They might, Marty. They might. That's what I'm saying. Is Burnsy up to 20 minutes yet? I guess I should hang on a second here. Let's see how many minutes Burnsy has played. Anybody want to guess? He's getting there. There's 5 minutes left in the period. He's already up to 16:06 in the game. Look at the minutes here. 8, 7, 7, 14 for Megna, and obviously he's the partner, so he's going to get high minutes. Man, nobody else. I mean, Hurdle's in double digits, so is Timo, but 16.06 already. Barabanov at 10, almost 11. So not surprised, but man, they are driving Burns into the ground. Let me see here. DM this question, but next. Oh, beers with Brody. Yeah, you know what? Probably in the next couple weeks. I've had some other stuff going on, and I'm also trying to wait for some open time during I guess we're calling it the All-Star break. It's not the Olympic break anymore. Probably then. I haven't even started on orchestrating the next one yet. Rhymes is the one who's keeping them in the game right now. I would have to agree. I don't know the specifics of that. All I do know is there's the official grievance filed by Kene and the NHLPA. But that's an arbitration process. Let me also say, too, it's crazy that the league and the Players Association, that they're okay with a player moving on, signing a new contract, being on a brand new team. But the grievance situation remains unresolved with the Sharks. And they don't have their money. You know, they can't close a chapter. Vander gets to move on to a brand new one. And the Sharks are still stuck on the last chapter that they can't close yet. Now, I'm not suggesting, I'm not suggesting one needs to happen before the other, or that one's not getting taken care of. It's not that at all. It's just I wish everything kind of came out at once so that the league would say, okay, here's our investigation. Here's the results on the grievance process. And maybe that's just because it's out of their hands, right? The league stuff and signing with a new team, that's in their hands. But the grievance process might be a third party that operates on its own timetable. I would agree. I was just watching the power play. Just can't really get things going. But that's Carolina, right? Maybe they don't win games the same way that Florida does. They don't win games the same way that the Caps do. I don't think these guys are going to score a ton of goals on you. They're just going to win with defense. Caker Girl calling for a Timo goal. Hey, he's got to keep pace with Tomas, right? Hurdle's at 22. Timo's at blackjack still. Right? Or is he I know he hit 20 in the 5-goal game. Score another one since then? I think so. Why have I lost track of that? Both teams look a little bit wobbly today. Yeah. I think the Sharks, too, especially being shorthanded, are in a different spot. Latest DM. Yes. You know what? I didn't take a look at everything yet, but I will. So the answer is yes, we will be doing that. The definition of an authentic sports media person. Well, I try and be, where is it? I try and be just that first. I try and be that. And then these two things, those three things come with it. Try and just be an authentic person first off. And then, the sports media thing is just part of the job. All right, we're at the 2-minute mark. Full disclosure, I still have to pack up my stuff, run downstairs, and go do intermission. It takes me a couple minutes to get down there. So I'm going to sign off here, call it quits for now. Appreciate everybody being here. No post-game edition of Sharks Night Shift. I know I did the whole branding here, but no post-game because of the football ordeal. I just don't want to dive into that pool. So I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks for checking me out here, and everybody enjoy the rest of this